It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
He say the shit that y'all don't want to say. He's ignorant. That's what a NIGGA is. Ignorant. Trump is black as it can be.
Stood with a belief in the promise of America. And today the CBC, in the tradition of its founders, confronts an unprecedented but not unfamiliar threat to that promise. The United States Congress has equal power to the executive branch in our constitutional government. And your work, then, is more important than ever, especially as your colleagues bend the knee and fail to uphold their constitutional duty. With each day, we are witnessing a president who has lined his own pockets and those of the super rich while he raises tariffs on the backs of working people, cuts SNAP and Medicaid, ignores science, ends the war on cancer, and deploys the United States military to the streets of America. And let us be clear, we predicted all that. But CBC, what I did not predict was the capitulation. The universities, law firms, media corporations, the titans of industry who have been so quick to kneel before a tyrant. But I'll tell you who refuses to capitulate: the people. When a president with a fragile ego couldn't take a joke and brought down the weight of the federal government to silence the voice of a citizen, folks spoke with their pocketbooks this week, and Jimmy Kimmel is now back on the air.
Jimmy still ain't funny, but I'm glad he back on the air.
And when Dr. Jamal Bryant issued a call to speak with your pocketbooks, the power of the people was also demonstrated. A time such as this demands that the leaders in this room remind the people of their power. Speak truth and speak with courage, even when you don't have all the answers. A time such as this demands that we win the midterms and enforce checks and balances on this unchecked, incompetent, unhinged president. Stood.
You hear that? I don't think y'all was listening. So we're going to play it again.
This demands that we win the midterms and enforce checks and balances on this unchecked, incompetent, unhinged president.
You know why she said that? It's because Republicans aren't standing up. The only person that's standing up is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Or, yeah, that's her name. Something like that. Anyway, guess what? Her ass is out of here, buddy. Oh, the far right is mad at Marjorie Taylor Greene. They was all Marjorie Taylor Greene. Go get that ghetto black bitch. Jasmine Crockett, go get her. Go get that ghetto black. Y'all was all Marjorie Taylor Greene all then. Now she's like, oh, And when it was Bill Clinton's in the Epstein files, Bill and Hillary had a secret freaky fetish of sleeping with children. And when they see the Epstein files, now Trump naming her, and they're like, yeah, hold back on them Epstein files. Let's, buddy, we need to focus on the real things like immigration. Like what now? And Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, I'm not doing it. We need to fight for justice for women. You know why? Because it was white women. But that's neither here nor there. But fight for women. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, she owned it. Guess what? Republicans finna get her ass up out of here. They finna get her up out her seat. Because y'all don't like somebody to stand up to y'all good old boy. But she is. And that's what Kamala's saying. We need to, not we, because I'm not doing it. But Democrats need to win the House. But the fact is, y'all got to get out and vote. Not only that, but y'all got to show some backbone. Democrats have to be tough. You got to be real in these streets. You can't be sitting back, doing the bare minimum and thinking that, oh, just because you're Democrat, we're going to vote for you. No, if you're not the toughest person to stand up to all the buffoonery that we see in Congress and that we see on the Hill, then we're not voting for you. And that's a fact. I'm not voting for no person who's going to come in there and be like, oh, I just want to, make sure that there's even playing fields. And hell no, I need you to cuss somebody out. Your first day of going out and trying to get our votes, I want you to cuss one of these other congressmen out in Oklahoma. If you're in Oklahoma and you see this and you running for any congressional seat, if you want to take what's that man's name? I said it the other day. But anyway, if you want to take that man's seat, damn, it just came to my head left. But just cuss his ass out. Call him a pre-steroid carrot top. If you just cuss him out and go hard like that, I'll be like, okay, I can trust this man. He not gonna go up there and not take no stuff. Like Jasmine Crockett, I wish she was in my state, because we need a Jasmine Crockett, male or female, just somebody who gonna stand up to the people who are trying to basically. They in Congress having arguing like they in third grade. Well, you got long eyelashes. You wear fake weaves. You bleach blonde, bad built butch body. This is a all out verbal assault. Nobody's getting nothing done, but it's entertaining. But at the same time, we need somebody who's gonna fight that shit. When they go low, go lower. You don't have to go to hell, but you do need to let them know you're not there to be played with, because that's what they want to do. Intimidate you to be like, oh, well, she's just being immature, so I won't say anything. No, say something back to her. If you don't say nothing back to him, I'm not voting for you. Because if you don't say nothing back, that means you're not going to have my back. So say something back, and that's what we need to do. I'm not saying just go up in there and start talking noise, but if they say something, say something.
Balances on this unchecked, incompetent, unhinged president. Yesterday, I had the joy of visiting students at my alma mater, Howard University. You know. And while I was there, I remembered when I was their age, I got to Howard when I was 17. When I was their age, Ronald Reagan was president. And the extreme right wing was hatching the long-term agenda that is being swiftly implemented today. Enhanced today by propaganda and misinformation. And recall, they played the long game, working for decades to take over state houses, gerrymander districts, stack the Supreme Court, and create the radical blueprint currently being used by this administration. As I have written, the current president is their vehicle, but the road was paved over decades by a hot and pungent brew. Ronald Reagan's celebrity, the belligerent discourse of Newt Gingrich, and the nativism of Pat Buchanan. CBC, we have some deep work to do. At first, I would offer we must prioritize immediacy. Focus on the immediate issues that people face, like the rising cost of groceries, housing, and child care. Second, we cannot allow them to gaslight us by suggesting that the powerless and not the powerful are responsible for our predicament. And finally, please let's get over the savior complex, which suggests one individual can save us. Come on. Because Democrats, we have so many stars. We have so many stars, and many of them are in this room right now. You are the leaders who are up for the fight. You are leaders who have courage. You are leaders who speak truth. Leaders who know that at a time such as this, it demands one thing for sure. We must fight fire with fire. So CBC, let's get to work. Thank you.
Now, while y'all watch her walk off stage with that great speech, and look, her teleprompter didn't break. You know why? Cause she got the right people doing the job, and you're not blaming somebody who and not sitting there while there's a whole slew of great individuals in a room together to celebrate or do whatever you're trying to do. You're not sitting there wasting time on nonsense like a broken elevator. Okay? Like a messed up teleprompter. Okay? She putting in that work, and she telling y'all it's great people in the Democratic Party. And while, look, there's some good and some bad. And the ones who are mostly outspoken: Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Jasmine Crockett, ALC. The most outspoken are the ones who get talked about the most. The ones that get condemned the most. And they still fight fire with fire. Okay? It's what Kamala Harris was saying. Okay? That's what I've been telling y'all. Stop letting these people get on national TV and degrade y'all, and tell them about themselves. Because it's just too many times that Democrats, they want to attack policies, which policies matter. Policies matter. Policies matter. But someone said, how could you sit through this? Why? Because we didn't have a 12-year-old sitting up here mocking everybody and calling people idiots and boosting up their own confidence about what they've done and what they've accomplished, and haven't pretty much accomplished anything. But one thing is great. I'm going to tell you one thing is great. One thing that is great is that we're still Americans. We are still Americans. Okay, whether you like it or not. That's the greatest thing that anybody could continue to have. But guess what? When all of us Americans have to go to the store and spend $8 on eggs, or when Netflix raise their prices every year from 15 to 19 every month. Proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. Or when, what else used to be cheap? Shit, everything. But actually, I was actually surprised that when I went to the gas station the other day and regular unleaded fuel was like $2.21, I was like, fill that bitch up, fill it up. Or I said, fill it up. I ain't lying. When I drive my Jeep, that mug take premium, bro. I be like, man, put 20 in that thing right there. But my truck, regular unleaded, fill it up. 221, fill that bitch up. I was kind of happy for that. Proud to be an American, you know what I'm saying? Where at least we go steal our oil, okay? More oil for us. But at the end of the day, Kamala, she just out here trying to tell everyone that Democrats have a fighting chance. And you know what? This is what Republicans were doing. Wait, let me ask y'all this. Republicans, do you literally hate Kamala? Or do you hate that she's a woman? Because we heard the same things about Hillary. But even though Hillary got a few bodies, but that's alleged. Those are alleged bodies. But do y'all hate Kamala? Or do y'all just, or is she just a Democrat and you just don't want to? You don't hate her because she a woman. So I think, he's stupid. She's a very educated woman. So I just think that y'all are so stuck up y'all party's ass that y'all are afraid to call out y'all's party for anything. So it's not that you're just against Kamala. You're just afraid to call out your party for nonsense. You couldn't sit in Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat at all. And she's not the brightest of the bunch. But she has the balls to stand up for what's right. I don't think some of y'all got the balls to stand up for what's right. Y'all, if given a chance to work with the president and he did some foul stuff in front of you, I am almost convinced that most of you would turn the other cheek and look the other way. If I seen Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Obama do some foul stuff, I would not support it. Like I said, Joe Biden left Kamala with 107 days to go out and campaign to be the next president. I didn't like it. And I'm gonna tell Joe, I'm gonna tell Jill, I'm gonna tell their damn kids. Was it a Hunter? And I ain't scared of Hunter, crackhead or not. I'll let his ass know. I will let him know that your daddy ain't shit for doing Kamala like that. And Kamala didn't like it, but she didn't say nothing at the time. You know what she did? She went and got on her job. She went to perform her duty for America that she was vowing to protect, to work for. She was working for Americans, and guess what? She didn't win. But when it all said and done, this book that's coming, and I've read all the quotes and stuff that's in this book. She coming, and she not taking no prisoners. But y'all want somebody who is able to speak their mind. Y'all don't want her to just shut up and go sit in the office. We need somebody who's stand up like she is. If she felt slighted, because when Trump do it, nobody say nothing. Oh well, Trump's. I'm a diehard Republican. I can't say nothing about it.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.